Hello my beautiful peoples, back again. So you know the drill, pick a pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. I am aware that I need to get my nails done, so I'm kind of outgrowing a bit here, but hey, what you can do. So today's reading is going to be about messages from your higher self, and I'm going to start the readings with some channeled messages from your higher self. So what I'd like you to do before you pick your pile is to think about anything that basically any kind of questions that you want answers for, or well, basically that. So if you can think about that before you pick your pile, so you make sure you pick the right one to get the right messages. But yeah, that is all. So I shall see y'all on the other side. Hi, pile 1, or pile numero uno. So you chose this pile and you chose the hematite crystal, which is actually a natural form of iron. So I don't know if that means anything to someone. I don't know if any of you potentially might have some kind of iron deficiencies or something. Maybe that's just a confirmation for you that you've picked the right pile. But if not, then just don't pay attention to what I've just said there. It's a strong grounding and protection stone, and it's very good at absorbing negative energy. So maybe some of you guys need some of that. So firstly, what I'm going to do is draw some channeled messages from your higher self. What I'm doing today is I'm going to do what I've done previously, and we're going to do the 10-minute version for TikTok, then do the extended version over onto my YouTube channel. So if you'd like to watch the rest of this reading, if you're watching this bit on TikTok, or TikTok even, not TikTok, please go over to my YouTube channel, which is Tashwini Tarot. So I'm just going to put those over there for now and get these. So these are ones that they're obviously home done. So I'm just going to pick, well, these are the ones that came off the top, so these are your messages. So your first message from your higher self is soon. You also have pay attention to the signs, and you also have April. So obviously these readings are timeless, but if you're watching it when I've done this in 2022, then obviously we're past April now. I'm sure you can't even see those anymore, can you? But that could, it could be April the name, it could be maybe your birth month, it might be a significant month to you. So if it is, take it. If not, don't worry about it. So let's see what your higher self is indeed talking about. Okay, you want it to come out. Oh, there you go. So I asked for 3 and I get 4, so standard. So you've got the 9 of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the 3 of Swords. And on the back of the deck, you've got Justice. So I'm just going to put that there. Hopefully you can see that. Which you can. You can't see your crystal anymore, so I'll put him there. Right, or she, who knows. So let's get a bit of clarity on what we're talking about here. So what I'm seeing here, obviously the main message I'm kind of getting here is regarding this, the 3 of Swords. A pretty self-explanatory card really here. You've got a heart with 3 swords piercing through it. So that obviously is telling me here that we've got some heartache. That doesn't necessarily mean a relationship that ended or anything like that. For some of you, I actually have a feeling that it's to do with potentially the loss of someone who may have passed on. And I think that this one from your higher self is a specific message to tell you to pay attention to the signs, because that person is trying to communicate with you. It might be through dreams, it might be through smells. Like every now and again you'll just get a random whiff of maybe their perfume, their aftershave, or I really want to say apple pie for some reason. I don't know why, but if that resonates with you, please take that. But so that also might be why April is a significant month, because it may have recently been the anniversary of their passing, or perhaps their birthday, or a significant month with that person. I do feel though that I don't think it was a recent loss. I feel, or a recent ending of a relationship. I think you've healed quite a lot and time has passed, but you're still obviously quite upset and hurt from it. But with having the 9 of Pentacles, this shows someone who, as you can see in the card, you've got the lady and she's got these like vines with the pentacles all over them. So it's like she's reaping what she sowed. She's worked hard, she's grown the plants, and now she's getting the payout for that, which is where you are. I feel you've put in a lot of work over this, and you are feeling, I don't want to say better, because that isn't the right word, but it's settling for you better. I can't get the words out properly really to explain it. And with the King of Pentacles, so the star sign this card generally represents is Capricorn, so that might be significant to some of you. We also obviously have a lot of earth energy here with the pentacles here, so we could be talking about Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn again. Again, if that resonates, take it. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. So the King of Pentacles is someone who's very determined. So I feel that this is quite a strong representation of you. I feel you're someone who is very strong. And I think that's probably why whatever this loss was for you, obviously was very hurtful for you. And I think it may have surprised you how upset you were from it, but you've grown a lot from it. With the Hierophant here as well, and this being a reading from your higher self, I feel you are connected to your higher self. Some of you may know it, some of you may not, which again is, I think, maybe, as I say, for some of you I think that this is a message to tell you about a person who's passed on, that they might be just, you know, popping in every now and again and say, hi, don't worry, I'm good. But for a lot of you, this is a message from your higher self telling you that we've been trying to talk to you. I've been trying to communicate with you. So again, pay attention to the signs. With this soon, I believe that's something specific that you probably asked about at the beginning of the reading. So I can't really explain exactly what they're saying with this, but you should know what that means. So yay. And with Justice here on the back, with it being on the back of the deck, it means something that you don't see coming, or it's what you don't see coming. So for a lot of you, I feel Justice. Oh, I want to say for some of you, because as I mentioned, some of you this is to do with, I think some of you it's to do with a relationship, and perhaps, I don't want to say it's justice for the ending of the relationship, because I don't think, I mean, some of them probably may have ended badly, I don't know, but for those of you, if it did end badly, I feel this is just a little message from your higher self to tell you that there will be justice for you regarding this. Basically, what goes around comes around, I think, is what they're trying to say. Whether that relates directly to the person that you had separated with, or maybe there was a third party involved, or whatever that might mean. But again, you should know what you're asking about. You know what you're asking about, so that's what they're saying here. So I'm gonna leave that there for my TikTokers, I'm afraid, as we are running out of time. But if you guys want any more, because what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get some more messages, and we're gonna look into this a bit more deeply as well. So if you'd like to get a more in-depth reading, as I said, please go over to my YouTube channel, Tashwini Tarot. But if not, that's fine. Good luck to you. And I think this is just this, again, what I feel like this is a message, the overall message from this reading, from your higher self, what I'm getting is basically, it's a big hug. They're saying, well done, you'll be okay. It is basically the general message. But as I say, we'll be going into more detail about it on the other side. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then yeah, thank you. Much love, much peace. Hi again, Part 1. Thank you. If you've come over from TikTok to watch the rest of your reading, please feel free to like and subscribe, and also leave a comment. And if you've found this on YouTube and you're already watching it, then thank you for being here still. So I'm going to get some clarification cards for these. So I'll get a bit more information for y'all. So I'm going to leave Justice there. So can I please get a clarifying card for the Three of Swords? Spirit, can I please get a clarification card for the Three of Swords? I'll take that as the Nine of Wands, thank you. I can't see any of it anymore. Right, bear with me, I'm going to reorganise this so you can try and see all the cards. Right, we're back. Sorry about that. So, can I get a clarifying card, please, for Hierophant? One, higher self, please. Can I have a clarifying card? Thank you. Death. Can I get a clarification card? Power one's higher self, please, for the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, for the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, I've swapped them around, haven't I? I'll go with it. I'm not sure how I managed that either. Just realised. Hey. Everything happens for a reason. I have a clarification card, please. Oh, she goes, I haven't got your crystal in the shot anymore either. There you go. Go there. Can I have a clarification card, please, for the Nine of Pentacles? Pile one's higher self. Thank you. The Eight of Cups. And finally, can we get a clarification card, pile one's higher self, for the King of Pentacles? Thank you. That's the Six of Wands. Okay. So, interestingly, we've gone from Earth to Fire. So, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius may mean something for some of you. Likewise, when I mentioned with the Earth with Taurus, that might be why April's come up, because Aries runs through partway through through April, as does Taurus. But take it for resonance. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. So, Nine of Wands. So with the Nine of Wands clarifying the Three of Swords, this tells me, so the nine of Wands is basically, as you can see, is like, it's kind of like a fence, so it's kind of like putting up a wall, putting up a barrier, which I think is something that you instinctively tend to do, and I feel that with the ending of this relationship or the loss of this person, I feel that's why it's come as such a shock for you, because it's not like you basically to be hurt, well, not to be hurt, but to show people how you feel. So I think maybe not everyone knows how you're feeling at the moment, or how you did feel, or that it still hurts. But the loss of anyone, it's never something that will just go away. It will always be there, I'm afraid. But they always just want you to know that, you can't, they want you to live your life, they want you to be happy, they don't want you spending your life looking backwards. Now I think that's exactly what this Eight of Cups is saying here. This is you walking away. I'm not saying that's you walking away from caring about this person still. For some of you it is, some of you it isn't. As I said, if it's the person that's, like, for those of you that it's regarding a person that you've actually lost, someone who's passed on, it's not that you're walking away from them or their memory. It's that you're not allowing yourself to remain stuck any longer. This wall that you've been putting up, it no longer serves you. You're walking away from the old ways and you're embracing your emotions. That's what, I don't know if you can see it in this. You see the person's walking away and you can see well, it's not even quite a river actually at the moment. It's more like a stream. And it's like they're walking away from this. They're not, it's like they're walking away towards the bigger pool of water. So it's like you're embracing your emotions more. And I think maybe that's either something you are doing, or that's a message that your higher self wants to tell you, that you need to embrace your feelings more. For those of you that, as I said, it's regarding perhaps the end of a relationship, be it friendship, a romantic relationship, business partner. Again, it's a similar situation in regards that you're walking away. You need to walk away from it. You can't let it. You can't let it control you. And I think you've managed to get so far with it, with this Nine of Pentacles, but you're stuck. You've not quite I don't want to say get over it, because that sounds really harsh, but accepted that you can't change, accepted that they're gone, that the relationship has ended, and you need to embrace your emotions in order to be able to move on. So whether that's into a new relationship or finding more out about yourself, because I think for some of you this is what this person's doing. They're going to find out more about themselves, which is also why the Hierophant is here. The Death card, as I said, I think for some of you it is literally representing the death of someone. But for the rest of you, as I said, I believe it's representing the end of a relationship or something like that. That is obviously something that was very close to your heart, something that did upset you. But with death, as you can see, he's got a little egg timer. Oh, it's not an egg timer, is it? Can't think what it's called now off the top of my head, but you know what I mean. It's got the timer, and the sun's running one way, but it runs out but then it flips over. So that's what death is about in these in tarot. It means something's had to end for something new to begin. And I think that is why that's clarifying the Hierophant here, because that's what your higher self is trying to tell you, is that yes, this has happened, but it's making the way for something new for you. So for those of you that it is for someone that has passed on, it's making the way for you to look more internally, because I think some of you, and this is only a small percentage of you, but for some of you I've just had it come through that you regret maybe not telling the person how much you loved them, or how much you cared, or you feel like you didn't tell them enough. But first of all, I want to tell you that they know. So that I know that I'm not anything to you guys. I'm just a random talking pair of hands here. But that's the first thing I wanted to say. And the other thing I wanted to say is that it's enabling you to, you've now realised that you can't always have this wall up. You do need, I mean, obviously you do need to protect yourself. You can't, you know, I'm not saying, you know, trust every single person and fall in love and just, you know, walk across the road blindly. But I think for a lot of you, you don't like to show your vulnerable side very often. And some of you regret not showing it, or you feel you didn't show it enough to this person. And that's the lesson. That's the lesson. Now, with the Six of Wands, so this is basically accomplishment. Again, as I mentioned earlier, regarding with the Pentacles, you've gotten so far, you've accomplished so much, and now you're on to the next journey. And so you see the man, I think it's a man in this picture, but genders are relevant, obviously. It in tarot, they're just representing. But so the gentleman, the man here, is riding the horse, and he's got his little followers here. So that's you with your little followers here. So some of you might literally have a lot of followers. Maybe you've got a lot of followers on Instagram or something. I don't know. But what it's telling me is that you have got a lot of support, and I feel that you've got a lot of support from your spiritual team and from your higher self, but you've also got a lot of support from people that are here in the 3D. And I think that's another lesson that you'll learn, or you have learned or are learning from this situation, is that you're not alone, and that you do have a lot of people and a lot of love around you. I feel that for a lot, getting words out, for some of you, traveling is something that is just coming through, because the Eight of Cups also, it represents kind of like going on a journey. So for some of you, I believe it is an inward journey, but for some of you, I think it is a physical journey with having these horses. I feel that you are going to be traveling, or are planning to travel, maybe. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but again, take that as confirmation where needed. And also, I just wanted to point out on this death card, you see there's like I'm not sure whether it's a raven or a crow. I'm not going to lie, I'm never sure. I think it's a raven. This little guy here. Ravens always just make me think of that Edgar Allan Poe poem. But again, take that as confirmation for those of you that need to. And you've got a lot of red flowers here as well. Quite a lot of red, actually, in general. So, yeah. So basically, the overall message then that we're getting is that due to the end of this relationship or the loss of this person, you're finding yourself, or you need to find more from you in that's what, yeah, okay, yeah, sorry, it's slow on the uptake today. So so the Pentacles, a lot of it is to do with materialistic things, and I think some of you were seeking comfort from material things. So whether it was buying nice things, going on nice holidays, going out with your friends down the pub, going clubbing, whatever it was, but you've realised, or you need to realise, is what your higher self is trying to tell you, that you need to go internally. You need to go internally to get the comfort, to heal fully. Sorry, that's the message I just got there. So I'm just going to get some messages here from the fairies to finish things off, and then I'm going to pull a couple of things from Rebel deck. So fairies, what would you like to tell pile 1 or higher self? Pile 1's higher self, who you'd like to communicate via the fairies? Oh, okay, yeah. Just throws. Oh my god. So first of all, we've got we've got travel, which I just said about. An upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. So that's wicked. And I mean, I just weirdly, I was just, well, it's not weirdly because that's what happens, but we were just talking about that, weren't we? How some of you will be traveling. But again, some of you, it is physical traveling. Some of you, I believe you're going on an internal journey. You also got express your individuality. Allow your true self to shine because you are awesome. I love this card. If you look at the lady, like, she's a fairy, but all the random stuff she's got there, she's like, I don't give a shit. I love all these things, so I'm just going to wear them together. I don't care if they don't go. You also got do some research. You need more information about this situation. Look into it further before proceeding. So I think that's a specific message, not potentially regarding this, although I think it is for some of you. I feel like you need to do some research in regards to actually looking internally into yourself. And you've also got let go. As you surrender the need to control your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. And you've got another little bird in this picture as well. So a bird is something, and she's actually sitting in a nest. So this is, sorry, this is just making me think again regarding the traveling journey. It's like a baby bird in a nest. It's getting ready to fly, and you can see she's, and obviously she's still a girl, but she's got her wings. She's totally able to fly and leave the nest, but she's scared. And I think that's what they're trying to say with this. And as I mentioned, you need to let go of this. And you've got this. You got this. So I'm going to go to Rebel deck. So I'm just going to say, as I always do, a quick disclaimer with Rebel deck. Some of the messages are not going to be related to this. They are coming from your higher self. And also from spirit guides, these messages will. But some of the thing, like I say, some of it won't relate to this. And I'm also going to say that they're quite blunt messages a lot of the time. So just beware. So, Spirit, pile number 1, higher self. What would you like to say to pile 1? What does pile 1 need to hear? What do they need to know? You don't want to go back in, so I want to go with this one. Fuck. Shit is about to get real. Fuck. You need your people around you. So again, this is what I was saying, that you have got support from other people. And I think for some of you, not all of you, but some of you maybe aren't so inclined to accept that or want to seek that. Maybe you see it as a sign, not a sign of weakness per se, but you don't like to let down that wall, and to let someone know how you're feeling is obviously means you gotta let down that wall. And I think that's what they're trying to say with this. So anything else you would like to say to pile 1 regarding, apparently there are a few things you'd like to say. So we've got make better fucking choices. If you are pissed at where you are, then stop taking yourself there. So again, so as you know, the age-old saying is, the sign of madness is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So just saying. You got be fucking grateful. Shit could be much worse. And the last you got was take a fucking trip. Go see some shit, do some new things, talk to people cooler than you. So traveling is definitely something, somewhat of a theme here. So I would definitely suggest that maybe you might want to look into that. I mean, you don't have to be going abroad to do things like that, especially with COVID restrictions and stuff. I think that's still an issue for a lot of places, and obviously whatever your personal situation is and finances, etc. are. But even if it's, you know, having a little city break, I think that's something that you need to do, because traveling is definitely a massive theme. So I would take that. Again, I'd say all of you actually go, you know, physically take a trip. You know, even if it's just a day out somewhere. So it is good to get around, see new things, meet new people, etc. But I also would, for those of you that aren't looking internally and that are still, have still got this 9 of Wands energy, the wall up. I know it's hard to let the wall down. I'm not saying entirely let it down, but I think that that is what your higher self and spirit guides are trying to say here, is to take a journey, or take a fucking trip internally. So yeah, so pile 1, I am going to leave that there. Thank you again, those of you who came over from TikTok. Thank you for everyone that's come and watched this video. Please feel free to please subscribe and like the video, leave some comments, let me know how things go for you. And the last thing I really wanted to say, actually, very, very quickly, because I've literally just noticed that you got that 4, 4, 4, 4, and like 4 seems to be a significant number, which again goes to April. It's the number 4. So again, take that if that resonates. If not, don't worry about it. So yeah. Much love, much peace. Hi, part 2. You have chosen this petrified wood, which isn't actually made out of wood, just so you know that. So this helps if you're feeling stuck, and helps create a balance for new goals, new paths. So right off the bat, I'm getting the vibes that you guys are feeling a bit stuck, you're feeling a bit meh, life's a bit stagnant, but we'll just have a look, we'll have a see. So today what I'm doing is I'm gonna be doing a version quick for TikTok, and then I'll be doing an extended version, a more in-depth version over on my YouTube channel. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to, sorry, if you're watching this on TikTok, please feel free to go over to my YouTube channel, which is Tashweenie Tarot. If not, that's absolutely fine. If you're watching this on YouTube, then disregard what I just said. So as mentioned at the beginning, these are messages for from your higher self. And so that is where we're going to start today. First message you've got is pay attention to your dreams. So perhaps your higher self has been trying to communicate with you via your dreams. So pay attention. So if you're seeing any kind of themes in your dreams, or you're remembering specific things from your dreams, particularly numbers, I'm getting that. Pay attention, look it up online, see what means that, because I believe your higher self is trying to communicate with you by your dreams. They're also saying, I've told you. So obviously you're asking about something that you've asked about multiple times, because you just want that confirmation, that reassurance, which I completely understand. We all do it. That's not them having a go at you. They're just telling you that I've already told you. But they will keep telling you. They'll tell you as many times as you want or need to hear it. They're just letting you know. And they also say, I love you, which is quite cute. Let's see what this is all about then, shall we? So, star sign wise, we're looking at Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, with all this fire. And with the swords, we're looking at air, so we could be looking at Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So take those if they resonate. If not, don't worry about it. And are you serious? Sorry. Sorry. On the back, they also want to let me tell you that you've got the Two of Cups and also Knight of Wands. So again, more fire energy there. So I'm just gonna flip that over. Oh, God, your higher self has a hell of a lot to say. That's what I'm I don't even know how I'm gonna fit all these cards on. That's a lot better now. So so you got the Ten of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Emperors, Six of Wands. You had the Page of Wands on the back, and then also beneath him was the Two of Cups and the Knight of Wands. The cards that you see on the back, the cards on the back of a deck basically mean what you don't see come in, or what you're not seeing. So we'll get to those in a moment. So straight off the bat, I have got a feeling for a lot of you, this is to do with a relationship, straight off the bat. And it's obviously something that means something to you, which is why you keep asking about it. It's like, I've already bloody told you. And I think that's also why they're saying I love you, because they're not saying that the relationship isn't going to happen or that the person doesn't love you or anything like that. What they're saying, I think they want to remind you to love yourself, you know, to remember to love yourself. And that's why you're feeling stuck, like represented with the pet. Well, this doesn't represent you being stuck. It helps if you are stuck. So I think that's what it is. I think maybe you're in a situation where it's kind of, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Do they like me? Do they not like me? What's going on here? What's going on here? So, Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords, these are kind of like your thoughts. So straight again, I'm getting that you're obsessing over this. I'm not calling anyone out for that. We've all been there, because obviously this person means a lot to you. As I say, for a lot of you, I do believe it is a romantic relationship. Not for all of you, I know that. For some of you, this isn't anything to do with a relationship at all. For some of you, this is to do with, I'm not sure, I'm trying, I want to say something to do with business, work. Maybe like you're waiting to hear back from a job application or something, maybe. But the vast majority of you, this is to do with a relationship. And you're overthinking it. You're overthinking every little thing that they do or don't do and say and don't say. And it's like, oh, what did that smiley face mean that message? Oh, they only put 2 kisses when they normally only put 3. And again, no shade. We've all done it. We all do it, especially when you really like someone. For some of you, I think it's also a case of that you're manifesting. You're wanting to manifest a relationship. And what I'm seeing here is that it's coming in very quickly. That the ones are I can't remember if it's the ones or the swords now that are the fastest in the deck. I want to say it's the ones. But if it's not the ones, then they're the second fastest. So it's coming in very, very, very quickly. With the ace here as well, aces represent something new, as do the pages. It's something in its infancy. And the 2 of Cups is often depicted by 2 people. It is a card of love, of a relationship. So again, and the Empress, she's a lot to do with kind of like commitment, relationships, friendships, things like that as well. So that's why I'm definitely seeing that for a lot of you. It's coming in very, very quickly. However, what your higher self is trying to tell you, aside from the fact that I've already told you, and I love you and to pay attention to your dreams, is for this relationship to progress from a page, from the infancy, from the beginning to the Knight of Wands, you need to stop obsessing over this. It's like if you are someone who's into manifesting, because you might not be, but we all manifest all the time, whether we know it or not. But I would suggest looking into manifestation. There's some really, really good, interesting videos on YouTube about it. And one of the biggest things that they say is that when you're manifesting something, is that you put it out there, you put your intention, you let spirit know what it is you want, but then you have to let it go. You can't obsess over it. You can't constantly keep thinking, when's it coming? Why don't I have it? Blah, 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 blah. Because when you're in that vibration, when you're in that mindset, you're just telling the universe that you don't have it. So therefore, you're going to continually not have it. And I know, and this is something I struggle with, I'll be completely honest, when I'm manifesting things, is to let it go. I do find that very hard myself. So I'm with you on that one, 100%. But I would recommend looking into that if that isn't something you already know about or look into. For those of you on TikTok, I'm going to have to leave it here. As I said earlier, if you want to, I'm going to go into this in a bit more detail, pull some more cards, get some messages, more messages from your higher self and spirit guides. So please feel free to go over to my YouTube channel and watch the rest of it. It all will be time stamped, so you don't have to watch this part again. Tashwini Tarot. If you're watching this on YouTube, then let us continue. So, as I said, for the majority of you, in fact, I'm going to retract what I said earlier. This is about a relationship, end of. So if that isn't what you're asking about, if that's not what's on your mind, if you know that, again, it doesn't necessarily mean romantic, but for the vast majority of you, I think it definitely is. If it isn't, then this, I'm afraid, is not your reading. I'm sorry you've watched so much of it already. But Spirit's just come through to tell me that it is definitely to do with a relationship. So you may want to pick another pile, or it could be maybe it is for you. Maybe this is, you know, a message from your higher self. Just maybe that's why they're trying to tell you that you've got one coming in. Who knows? But anywho, we're going to get some more cards. I'm going to use a different deck because I've already pulled 7 cards from the other one, so there might be some duplicates, and I have a feeling there are, which is why I've been asked to use another deck. So can we please get a clarification card for the 10 of Swords? Pile number 2's higher self. Can we please get a clarification card for the 10 of Swords? Thank you. Give me two. Which one? Top one. Okay, thank you. So first you got was the 8 of Cups. I'm going to put these in the middle. So now you can't really see the pictures anymore, but you can read the words. So can I get a clarification card for the Ace of Wands, please? Part 2's higher self. Can I get a clarification card for the Ace of Wands? Ooh. Get a clarification card please for the Ace of Wands. 2 of Pentacles. I get a clarity. Okay, you really want to come out there. So you got the 8 of Swords. Oh, why am I doing it upside down? In fact, actually, I say don't use reversals, but the fact that I was doing that, I'm going with that. That is what I'm supposed to do. So 8 of Swords. And finally, can I get a clarification card, please, for the 6 of Wands? Thank you. So you got the 7 of Wands. Pokey. So, sorry, I'm just moving cards everywhere. Right, so I'm going to start over here with the Ace of Cups. So this is just reaffirming what I said, that this is to do with a romantic relationship, I think, for the vast majority of you, or a relationship that's very close to your heart. You can tell, obviously, starters, that you've got the little love heart here and the teacup, which is adorable. But with it being the cups, which is water, which generally represents emotions, and it being an ace, which is a beginning, that tells me it's to do with a relationship, and that is what you're overthinking about. And with the 2 of Pentacles here, clarifying the Ace of Wands, that's telling me that there is an imbalance. Things are up in the air, which we already know, so that's not really helpful, is it? Okay, and with the, so what have we got, sorry, the 8 of Swords. So in the traditional tarot, this is usually depicted by a lady who's blindfolded, and with it being in reverse, that's telling me that you can see. It's just reaffirming to me what this message here from your higher self, and this is what they're saying, is that you know, they've told you. So I'm just gonna and then with this 7 of Wands, clarifying the 6 of Wands. So this is following, so this, obviously the 7 of Wands follows the 6. The 6, as I mentioned earlier, is kind of like the, actually I don't know whether I did mention earlier now. It's like the initial completion. It's kind of like success. So I think what your higher self is telling you is that this relationship is going to happen. However, they're telling you with the 7 here that you will still have to put in some work, and there's a specific bit in my tarot book relating to this card that I want to read to you, so bear with me a second, I'll just try and find it for you. Okay, yeah, so it's just this last sentence here. So the difficulties this card suggests include becoming bogged down in detail and losing sight of the goal. So that just kind of reaffirms again what I was saying about you thinking about it too much with this 10 of Swords energy here, and manifesting and just not letting it go. You're being too And when I said earlier about you getting messages and you're like, oh, they only put 2 kisses when they only put 3, or, you know, just silly little things like that. And because you've got the sun here as well, it's all good. This is a very, very positive reading. I think that with this 10 of Swords energy here, it's all, I don't want to say it's all in your head, because that sounds horrible and is completely incorrect. What I'm trying to say is that you're overthinking it too much, and you know, and your higher self has told you, and I'm telling you as well in this reading, well, your higher self is, I'm just passing on the message, that the only thing that's preventing this from happening is yourself. You know, again, I'm going to go on about manifesting, so I'm sorry if any of you aren't into it, don't know what I'm on about, please look it up, but I will briefly go into it. So manifesting is obviously when you bring something into the world, bring something into the reality, our reality, and the reason why this union, this relationship isn't currently in your reality is because, as stupid as it sounds, you keep thinking about it. You know, I would say for a lot of you, well, no, I'll take that back. All of you, you are definitely in contact with this person as well. So it's not like they're not talking to you or anything like that. You're just in your head too much about this. And your higher self is trying to tell you to just let it go, to just enjoy it, go with it. Yeah, that's all I've got with this. I'm not pulling any more cards because the same things just keep coming out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull some messages from the fairies, or messages from your higher self through the fairies. See what else they have to say. So pile number 2's higher self. Can we have some? What else would you like to tell? Pile number. Thank you. So I'll tell you as it's thrown itself up right as well. So admit your true feelings to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is that you truly desire. So I think with this, what they're telling you is that you know. So you need to trust your gut more, basically. Anything else that you'd like to tell pile number 2? Pile number 2's higher self. Or the fairies. What would you like to tell them about this relationship? Thank you. So the other thing you've got here is Sun. Your son is watched over and protected as he explores his world. You got this cute little fairy here. So obviously I know not everyone watching this has a son. Leave that there, but I want to pull another one. But when I see this card, I always think of it as, for some of you, that message is regarding confirmation that they are okay. For some of you, again, I know that this isn't particularly specific for this reading, but I'm just getting the message that I want to tell you. For any of you who may have, this is just it's a very sensitive subject, so I'm just trying to think of how I want to word it. Lost a child, basically, and it doesn't specifically have to be a son. Some of you it was, but or some of you might not know. Your higher self is wanting to tell you that they are okay, and that they're being looked after in the spirit world. So I'm getting a bit emotional now thinking about that one. So But yeah, that one's a very specific one. Is there anything else you'd like to tell pile number 2? Oh yes, thank you. Yeah, brilliant. Be yourself. The situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis for your personal power. And you got this fairy riding this unicorn. Because you are a unicorn. You are a unique, beautiful unicorn. Pile number 2. So own it. So I think for some of you, you're doubting it maybe because you think this person, you're not worthy of this person, which is just cray cray. It's totally not true. Totally not true. You are, 100%. And finally, I'm going to finish with some messages from my Rebel deck. So for anyone who doesn't know, these messages are quite blunt. And they're not always in relation to the actual reading. Just so you are aware of that. But the messages that your higher self in this instance or spirit guides want to tell you or feel you need to hear. So just take what resonates, what doesn't resonate, let it go. So spirit, what would you like to tell pile number 2? What further messages do you have for them? Spirit, what other messages do you have for pile number 2? Thank you. So, what have we got? 4. So, sorry, I'll come back to that in a second. So first of all, you have shame, regret, and guilt. Those are just bullshit. Forgive, let that shit go, which is exactly what I was telling you. So I think for a lot of you, like I say, a lot of this is to do with like a lack of confidence almost, which is crazy. Pile 2, crazy. You're amazing. Can you get that? Push these down. I'm going to mess up all these ones. I should have paused again, shouldn't I? But hey, it is what it is. You got get some fucking sleep. You are being an ass because you are fucking tired. Face to pillow now. And I feel for some of you, if you're like me, you're watching this at stupid o'clock in the morning because you went to bed 2 hours ago, like, oh, I'll just watch one reading, and then 5 hours later, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. So some of you, take that. For some of the rest of you, if you're obsessing over this, again, don't get some fucking sleep. You also got drop the fucking ego. Vulnerability is hot as fuck. So again, that it goes with that. Be your authentic self. And lastly but not leastly, I'm gonna have to move you there. Whatever you were thinking about. Oh, okay. So this one, sorry, isn't relating to this, and this won't be for everyone. So if this resonates, take it. If you have to think about it, then it's not for you. You'll know exactly if this message is for you or not. Whatever you are thinking about, don't do it. Now is not the fucking time. So, as I said, the messages that come through this aren't always related to that. But the other thing, and the reason why I laughed at the beginning, I don't mean to laugh because I'm not laughing at you at all. It just, I just love a Rebel deck. It just amuses me. So, it was just to tell you some good shit is about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. So again, I don't know where to put this, but I'm just gonna show you that one because I feel this is like one of the most important messages you guys have had from these. So that is your reading. Pile number 2. It's all good. But obviously, even though it says, where is it? Don't do it. Again, if you feel you want to do it, do it. You know, you know, it's up to you. You do what you want to do. You do you, boo. You do you. But as I'm saying, I would probably look into the manifesting thing, and letting go and things like that, which it is such a hard thing to get your head around and to actually do. As I say, it's something I still struggle with. So, but yeah, just remember your higher self and all your spirit guides love you. And, you know, they're communicating with you in your dreams. Pay attention to those. And it's a bit of a sassy message, which I enjoy. I've told you. But it's fine. They're not saying it in a sassy way. But yeah, just love yourself. Trust yourself. Be yourself. Love yourself. Power 2. Have some damn confidence. You know, listen to your higher self. And if you're not going to listen to your higher self, obviously listen to me, the random lady here on YouTube. Jokes. But yeah, I hope this helped in some way. I hope it made sense, and I genuinely wish you guys all the best. Much love, much peace. Hi, part 3. So you chose the tiger's eye, and straight away I've got it's the eye of the tiger in my head. Not sure whether that's actually related to the stone or really this reading, or whether it's just because of that stone. But this stone represents it's like helps with courage. It's a good protection stone, and also good luck. Apparently it helps with luck, and it helps give mental clarity to help you resolve problems. So So how I'm doing this today is I'm doing the first part on TikTok, and then I'll be doing like an extended, more in-depth version over on my YouTube channel. Obviously if you're watching us on YouTube, then don't worry, it's all here. And if you were going to go, if you're on from TikTok over to YouTube, then it is time-stamped. I'm going to get some channel messages first from your higher self, and we're going to have a look at your tarot. So I'm going to plop that over there out the way, and then we're going to get some messages. So let's see what your higher self has to say to yourself. Okay. I think you've got 4. Oh no, you didn't. You got 3. So your first message is pay attention to your dreams, which is also one of the messages in part number 2's reading. You also got go for it, which is interesting. And you also got listen to your heart. So I'm intrigued to hear what this is all about. So pile 3's higher self. Can I please have 3 cards regarding your message today? Oh no, there's 3. So you've got what did you get? You've got the Ace of Swords. You've got Justice, and you've got the 7 of Swords. Let me move this a bit more central. And on the back of the deck you have the Queen of Pentacles. Right, so let's see, and be there for now. Okay, so pile of 3, if you're wondering why does everything move, what's going on here, I will tell you why and what is going on here. Basically, I fucked up. So I ended up getting a phone call when I was doing your reading, or was just about to get into it. Obviously paused the video, and then when I went to start recording again, I didn't hit the button properly, and so I never actually recorded it. So, woo. However, the good news is, thank thankfully. Luckily for you guys, I am somewhat of a lazy bitch. And as you guys with the last reading I did, I didn't put away the cards. So I have all your cards from the entire reading, so we can still get the full message. So good times. So let's get into it. So you drew the, well, you guys didn't, but you know what I mean. So you got the Ace of Swords, Justice, the Seven of Swords, and on the back of the deck was the Queen of Pentacles. So I'm going to start over here with the Ace of Swords. So aces are generally a new beginning, a fresh start. And with it being a sword, that tells me that it's going to be something coming along quite quickly. And I just want to say as well that as we've got the Ace of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and you got Justice here that also obviously has a sword, you're getting a lot of air energy here. So that is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So if any of those signs resonate, please take them. If not, don't worry. And with the scales here with Justice as well, that's more Libra energy. So back to what I was saying. So with the Ace of Swords, this is basically an idea that has come about or is going to come about for you. Just not out of thin air as such, but you're going to go, I need to do that, or I want that, I want to do that, whatever it is. And what your higher self is trying to tell you here with Justice is that you deserve this. You are worthy of it. You deserve to have this and take this opportunity. This opportunity, I feel, for the vast majority of you is something to do with like maybe investing in something, like maybe going into stocks, investing in a business, investing in a property, something along those lines. Taking a job not a job application, taking a promotion of some sort, or maybe accepting a job. Oh, knocking things over. And with the Seven of Swords here, I feel that you guys feel this is you. So as you can see in the card, it's like like a thief in the night. And Seven of Swords is kind of like, not treacherous, but something that's been done underhanded, something in secrets. And I feel you guys, that's how you guys feel with this situation. So I think for the vast majority, for you, you feel that perhaps you haven't told your partner about it, or you have and they've said it's not a good idea, or a friend or a family member or something like that, and they've said no, they don't think it's a good idea, but you still want to go ahead and do it. But doing so, you feel like you're betraying people, you're being deceitful. And for some of you as well, I feel that this, again, because as you can see with him being the little thief in the night, he's got a mask on, and that is how you feel. You feel that this isn't you, you're not worthy of it, you're not being your true self for going for this. But what your higher self is telling you is that that is not the case. This is something you deserve. You are worthy of it. They're telling you to go for it and to listen to your heart. Obviously, only you can make that choice. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm merely passing on a message. And, you know, you have free will at the end of the day, so you don't have to do anything. But what your higher self is trying to tell you here is that you are worthy of doing this. You're not being deceitful. You should go for it. And you are going to be financially abundant from this. You are going to be successful with it. I'm not saying it's not going to take work, because obviously everything does. But you are going to be successful with it, which is why your higher self is telling you to go for it. And I'm just drawn to on this card, with the Queen of Pentacles here. I feel with the little rabbit here, who's adorable, by the way. it just makes me think of Alice in Wonderland, the White Rabbit. So what your higher self is saying is, you know, follow the white rabbit, go down that rabbit hole, see where it takes you. That's what they're saying. Take this opportunity. So yeah. So for those of you are watching this on TikTok, I'm gonna have to leave it here. If you would like to watch the rest of the video, we will be getting some more cards, some further messages, looking into it in a little bit more detail. If you would like that, please go over onto my YouTube channel, Tashwini Tarot. If you don't want to, then obviously that's completely fine. You do you. And if you're watching this on YouTube, disregard what I just said. So if you have just come over to YouTube from my TikTok, thank you very much. You're welcome. You're welcome. That doesn't make sense. Well, you are welcome, but I mean, welcome. Oh God, I don't know what's the matter with me today. And if you're already watching this on YouTube, obviously, thank you for staying. So, as I said, I pulled some clarification cards for you guys. So, your Ace of Wands is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, which does not want to... Thank you. The Justice card, your Justice card is clarified by the Five of Wands. Seven of Swords is clarified by the Five of Swords. So again, a lot more air energy. And the Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. Just make sure they're all in frame, which they are not. So I need to push these down a wee bit. Why are these all uneven for? I think I've knocked the camera again. God. I mean, technology, we're not getting on, are we, at the moment? Sorry, guys. Is that better? Yeah, cool. Right, so Eight of Pentacles. So, as I said earlier, this is something that you do deserve, and with this Eight of Pentacles, as you can see, he's working really, really hard. He's just concentrating. But I don't think you can see it, but he has got a little smile on his face. So it is something that he's happy about. So this is what you've worked for, what you've done is you have worked for him, but you have enjoyed it. Obviously, some of it, you know, working hard isn't always fun, but you do enjoy it. But you have worked very hard for it, which is why you're worthy of this, why you deserve it, because you have put in the effort, you have put in the time, and the money is something that just came through there. But yeah, not for everyone. What I will say is, for the vast majority of you as well, is that you have come from humble beginnings. And by that I mean obviously that you weren't born with like a silver spoon in your mouth. You haven't come from money. I'm not saying you were poor or anything like that. Maybe some of you were, but for the vast majority of you, you know, you've got like a working class kind of background. Things weren't handed to you, and that's no shade against people that were in that position, because, you know, those people are blessed. You're very lucky, and that doesn't mean to say you don't have to work for things, obviously, as well. But yeah, anyway, I digress. So you have worked very, very hard for this, which is why this is coming about, because you do deserve it. With the Five of Wands clarifying justice over here, this is telling me that it has been a struggle for you. As I said, it is like, as you can see in the card, the men are kind of like fighting with each other. Usually I see this as they're trying to build something, and they're just all doing their own thing, they're not working together. But for you guys, when I'm looking at it, I'm seeing it as though they're fighting. It's not violent, but I feel like you have fought for what you have, what you want. And to be in the position that you're in now, as I said, to get this, which is why your higher self is telling you that you do deserve this. This is why this opportunity has come about. And with the Five of Swords clarifying the Seven of Swords, as you can see in this, there's obviously been a battle, and two of the men over here have been killed, and they've actually been stabbed in the back. Now, first of all, I want to say that this is you, the man who's been victorious. But I'm by no means saying you stabbed anyone in the back, but what I'm saying is that's how you feel. Like with this Seven of Swords, you feel like the villain. You feel like you've stabbed people in the back, or you feel like you're going to if you go ahead and take this opportunity. Why have I switched those around? Don't know. Let's put them back. That's how you feel, but that isn't the case at all. But you will be victorious. And with the Nine of Pentacles clarifying the Queen of Pentacles, it's just reaffirming that you are going to be successful from this, and it is going to bring you abundance. I'm not saying you're going to be a multimillionaire, but who knows, some of you might be. But you are certainly going to be comfortable. And with the Nine of Pentacles, as you can see, the lady's in a garden, and all the pentacles are around her. They've grown. So it's kind of the classic message of, oh, you reap what you sow. As I said, a lot of you have worked hard for this, or to be in the position to be able to do this. And that's why the tiger's eye is here, because it's telling you to be courageous, telling you to be brave, and to not listen to your head. Don't listen to the thoughts in your head, because the swords, a lot of the time, they represent that, kind of like your thoughts. And not always, but sometimes your thoughts are just thoughts. You know, they're not yours. They're just your brain, just, I don't know, coming out with rubbish. Or as Sadhguru would say, mental diarrhea. Which is a term I love. You know, you don't need to worry about that. And I think that's also another reason why your higher self is specifically saying, listen to your heart. Don't listen to the anxieties of, oh, I shouldn't do this, or this is going to annoy this person, or oh, what am I doing there? No, don't do that. Be courageous. Be like Rocky. Fight, and you will win. So, yes. Now, messages from the fairies that you had or have are, the first is connect with nature. You're rejuvenated and inspired by spending time with others. So I think that's a general message, but in regards to this one, especially those of you that may struggle with anxiety in general, but particularly around this situation or making this decision, I would recommend not just connecting with nature, but I would recommend looking into grounding. So you might want to do some work on your root chakra. If you're not really into chakras or don't know much about it, I would recommend looking into it. Obviously, you don't have to, but I would recommend it because it will really help you kind of get out of your head and see things from the bigger picture. Again, that's partly, as I mentioned, what Tiger's Eye is all about. It helps with mental clarity. So you might want to get some Tiger's Eye. I don't know. You do what you want. So one of the other messages you had is debt paid off. The old weight and habit of debt is lifted from you and your life. So with this card, for some of you, again, that is literally going to be the case because you are going to be financially abundant from this. But I don't want you, but for some of you, it's not the literal meaning. So what the fairies or what your higher self is trying to say is that the weight on your shoulders is going to be lifted. And for some of you, I'm being told it's not even there. As I said, it's yourself. You've put this on yourself and it doesn't need to be. And I just want to say as well, sorry, again, it's just coming through regarding with the Seven of Swords about secrecy. If for any of you that are, I don't want to say doing this in secret, 'cause it sounds like you're being sneaky. That's not what I mean. That or maybe it's something that you haven't even mentioned to your partner specifically. And by partner, I don't just mean romantic partner. It could also maybe be business partner or something like that. What your higher self is saying is if you tell them and discuss it with them, they're going to really support you with it. And that is going to be how you get this weight off your shoulders. That's going to take this weight off your shoulders so you can go ahead with it. Not for everyone, I know, but for some of you. And the other message from the fairies you had was, or is, love life. The basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is now changing for the better, which is interesting. So for some of you, you may have been asking about your love life, or it may be something that was kind of on the back of your mind or something. Obviously this, I don't believe, has a connection to this reading, as is with these messages. They're not always connected. But if it resonates with you, take it. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. And finally, I pulled some cards from my Rebel deck. For anyone who's watched any of my readings previously with Rebel deck knows that they can be quite blunt. And like with the messages from the fairies, they're not always specific to this the reading that we are looking at today, because these don't just come from your higher self, which this reading is about. This will come from spirit guides as well. So some of them might just want to get their two pennies with it and tell you a few things. Now there is a couple of specific messages from in these cards, as I remember, but I will get to that. So the first one is, you are going through some tough shit. Everyone has their turn. Welcome to yours. Gather your tired ass up and handle it. There you go. Once again, I had to pause there, pile 3, because my phone was dying and I forgot to put it on charge. And that was also one of those that random bit where I'm like, with the card, because I was like, have I? Because the low battery symbol come up, and yeah. Anyway, so I don't know what it is with you guys and my technical issues. And yeah, I'm not sure what exactly that's all about, but maybe. And the fact that I'm a bit all over the place myself, actually, I think that might be telling of how you guys are feeling. So, yeah. Anyway. Another card that you had with Rebel deck. This one... Actually, sorry. I just wanted to go back to this. So, you were going through some tough shit. So... this it is basically this situation, and they're just basically telling you to put your big person, boy, girl pants on and get on with it. That sounds a bit harsh, because I'm sure most of you are, but this is Rebel deck, because it's what they do, and that's why I like this deck, because it does amuse me, because especially if you, like I said before, if you have any sassy, what I call sassy, I love sassy, spirit guides like I do, they love this deck. Because, yeah, it allows them to be sassy. Anyway, one of the other messages you have, this is quite a specific message, so I don't feel this is for the majority of you. I feel this is literally just for one or two of you. So if when I read it, you're like, yeah, I know exactly what they're talking about here, that means it is for you. If you don't, and if you have to think, oh, is it this? It's not for you. You know this is for you. So the message is, it's not everyone else's fault, it's yours. You are a grown-ass adult. Stop blaming others for your shit. So, again, I know it's a bit harsh, but that is Rebel deck. Sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need the tough love. Now, this next one is kind of, it's like there's two parts of this. There's two, because as you know, it has this bit, and then on the back it has a bit more information about what they're talking about. But for some, this one's kind of like split into two. It's hard for me to explain. So basically, it says you do you. Okay, so for some of you, what this spirit guide is saying to you when they're saying you do you, it's like what I say when I say, you know, you do you, boo. This is from, as I said, a particularly sassy spirit guide of yours, and if you are connected to your spirit guide, you might know who it is, so you can have a little laugh about it. And the reason that they've come through with this you do you is sorry, I'm just laughing because it just, yeah, because you, again, this isn't specific to everyone, and I'm not calling you out, I'm not throwing any shade at you, I'm passing on the message, but it is that you are stubborn, and regardless, and this spirit guide knows, regardless of this message and all the other messages that are being given to you by your higher self, by them, you're going to do you regardless. So they're just like, you do you. And that's not them having a go at you, because they still love you and they're going to help and support you no matter what you do. But that's just them throwing in, they're just being a bit sassy and having a bit of fun. They're a bit stroppy. And for some of you, again, like with this one, the other half of this message goes with another card that I've got here that I will read in a second. It's a very specific message. Again, this is just for one or two of you, and so what it is so you do you. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. And it goes with this one. Fuck, shit is about to get real. Fuck, you need your people around you. So the specific message with these two is that basically, again, this isn't in relation to this, and as I say, it's only for one or two of you. It might even just be literally for one person, I don't know. But is that there's two people that you're very close to, and this might be family members or it might be two friends, but what the message is that comes through came through when I was channeling, is that there's gonna be a falling out between them, and what your spirit guides are trying to tell you is, well, they're trying to warn you about it, and they're telling you to you do you. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. So for a lot of you, I feel that, as I said, it's not you that the people are gonna, or a person's gonna fall out with. It's between them, but you were kind of somewhat going to be in the middle. It's two people that I think you were close to, or two people. Well, yeah, two people that you care about a lot, and you're going to want to try and mediate. And what your spirit guides are trying to tell you is you can't change people. People are what they are. Only they can change. Obviously, if you want to do that, that's fine. You can try and help if you can. That's great, and all powers to you. But I think they're just trying to warn you that, not that they're going to fall out with you, but it's just like, your efforts are going to be wasted. It doesn't matter what you say or what you do to try and rectify this situation between the two of them. They have to sort it out between themselves, basically, is what they're saying. And unfortunately, I don't know whether that is going to be successfully resolved or not. I can't answer that question. But this was just a specific kind of heads up to one or two of you that's coming. And not, I think, because a lot of you are quite overthinkers, which is why this situation's come up that we're discussing today, about going for this opportunity. Your spirit guides are just trying to look out for you, really, to give you the heads up so you don't get too much in your head regarding this falling out. But for sorry, again, I'm just laughing because I'm just hearing you do that stroppy spirit guide. Sorry, because they know that regardless, you're gonna still, because you want to try and help your friends or your family, whoever it is, you're gonna want to do it, and they're just like, ugh, whatever. I told you, you're wasting your time, but whatever, you do you. They're funny. I like this spirit guide. But yeah, anyway, I know I went off on a bit of a tangent there, but it was just an important message I had to get across to those of you that needed to hear it. And also with the pentacles here, well, you can't really see them now, but we had pentacles. That's earth signs, so we're talking Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Not to be biased, but big up to my Taurians. But yeah, and that might also, as I said, be regarding those of you that might be a bit like myself, who as you know, I'm Taurus. It can be a bit stubborn, but yeah, sorry, they're just, I could literally just see them like with their arms crossed, like proper having a strop on. It's quite funny. It's quite funny. They do love you very, very much, and they just want to help you, but they're just like, ugh. It's just, sorry, it's just really amusing me. Anyway, that is all I have for you, Power 3. Sorry that this reading has been a bit of a mishmash and it's been a bit like, but I feel that, as I say, I think that's very telling of the situation. And no offense either against your spirit guides, but I think partly it's because one or two of them had a very specific message that they needed to get out, even though it wasn't related to this, so they were just like, anyway, as your spirit guides say, and as I always say, you do you, or you do you, boo, is what I say. You don't have to listen to anything that I, your spirit guides, or your higher self have said. Just remember to just listen to your heart, really, and do what you think is best in any situation. That's all you can do in this one or any other. But yeah, I hope it all works out, and wish you much love and much peace.